be tender. Ask me to be true. Ask me for all the love I have, and girl, I'll give it all to you. But girl, I just can't offer no story of romance. Oh, that's what you're looking for, babe. I tell you, we just don't have a chance. I ain't no miracle worker. I do the best that I can. I ain't no miracle worker. Oh Lord, I ain't no miracle man. Take me for what I am. No, no, I ain't no miracle man. Oh, I ain't no miracle man. No, no, I ain't no miracle man. Just an ordinary man. Oh, I'm just an ordinary man. No, no, I ain't no miracle man.
All right. That was the Brogues with I Ain't No Miracle Worker. Now, the Brogues were not around for very long. They were only around for 1 year, if that. They've recorded 4 songs, and that's all there is for them. We could do a tournament, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that would win it. But that would be a very short tournament. We should probably do a Brogues tournament at some point. Anyway, that was just, I felt like playing that because it's from 1965. It's kind of just some music that was going on around the same time as the Beatles were. Speaking of, my name is Bean, and you're watching Battle of the Band. We're on day 55 of the Beatles tournament, which means that we have, I think, 200 days left? Something like that. It's like 200 or 199 days left of the Beatles. So we're getting really close to the end here, folks. I don't know if you thought we'd make it this far, but we are getting so far. So today, we have a couple of songs that in some way were influenced by India. First up, we have Why Don't We Do It in the Road, which was written by Paul McCartney for the Beatles' White Album, or the self-titled album, from 1968. The little note on Genius.com says that he was inspired to write the song after he witnessed 2 monkeys having sex in the middle of the road in India. He said it was quite a liberating sight. Apparently, Lennon was pretty offended that McCartney chose not to ask for his help with this song, which is kind of interesting because it's been a while since I've looked this one up, who wrote it, but it feels like a John Lennon song to me anyway. And that's up against a song that is a John Lennon song, Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown. And apparently this is a song about cheating. Here's what Lennon had to say in an interview with David Sheff. Norwegian Wood is my song completely. It was about an affair I was having. I was very careful and paranoid because I didn't want my wife Sin to know that there was really something going on outside of the household. I'd always had some kind of affairs going, so I was trying to be sophisticated in writing about an affair, but in such a smokescreen way that you couldn't tell. But I can't remember any specific woman it had to do with. So, John's pretty open about how scummy he's been in the past. I don't know if he, at the time, thought that the cheating was, just boys will be boys or whatever, but he's pretty open about it. It's pretty easy to find the dirt on John. This song also has Indian influences, which was a big thing with the Beatles starting around the 65, and I think on up until they started to key back the studio sound so much. Like, say, with Abbey Road, and definitely Let It Be. So let's go ahead and start off. We've got first up... Oh, and sorry, if you're not familiar with what we're doing here, this is a tournament. So basically we're on day 55 of a 255 or 254 day tournament that will determine what the best Beatles song ever written is. So this is a competition involving every single song they made. Also, I have to play the songs backward and slightly distorted. That's backwards is because of copyright reasons. Slightly distorted is because I'm using a free program that just doesn't do things the way I want it to all the time. So that's what we're dealing with. Anyone want to teach me how to use a better program? I'm game. But I don't have a whole lot of time. That's the hard part. Anyway, let's go ahead and start it off. We have Why Don't We Do It in the Road?
Whoa,
always thought that song was really fun. It's kind of like the Beatles version of "The Bad Touch" by Bloodhound Gang, except way before that. With a lot more innuendo. There's a lot more left to the imagination. Well, maybe not, because he's straight up saying, "Why don't we do it in the road?" They're both pretty explicit. Up next is Norwegian Wood. This Bird Has Flown. That's track 2 on Rubber Soul from 1965. Forget if I even mentioned what the song was. I just started talking about it. And this one was written by John Lennon about cheating on Cynthia. Let's go, John. All right. That song definitely was a little bit more dynamic. It had more instruments going on. It had a lot more song going on, and I really like that about it. The lyrics aren't overtly about cheating. One could construe those lyrics to be about, a one-night stand or something like that. Quite a bit of sexual content in the Beatles songs today, though, which I'm not used to. Why Don't We Do It in the Road is probably one of my favorite Beatles tracks to just listen to randomly, but part of that's because it's so short and it's just fun to sing along to, especially once he hits that third verse and he starts to get high with it. Notes that I have a hard time hitting, and I'm not going to try right now. Man, Norwegian Wood's really good. I really like the acoustic guitar, and there's just I guess there's a sitar in there. I don't know. It's just, I think Norwegian Wood is a better put together song. And it doesn't have to be about cheating. It just is about cheating in John's life. So think what you want about it. Maybe you already related to it because, you had a sweet one night stand that didn't end badly, which is kind of what this is trying to sound like also. I don't know. That's a tough choice because Why Don't We Do It in the Road is just always like, that's one of those ones that comes into my head really regularly just because it's a quick, snappy Beatles song I think of. And I always forget how Norwegian Wood goes. That's a really good song. I'm going to give this one to Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown. Despite its negative, sociopathic lyrics, in one aspect, they aren't so bad in another aspect. You just gotta, I guess, relate to it in a different way, and maybe you're happier with it. I don't know. I just think that despite its kind of sociopathic lyrics, you don't necessarily have to hear it that way. And I think John covered up his intentions well enough, like he said in the interview, to where he was kind of more coy with it. Yeah, I'll give that one to Norwegian Wood. I do have some social media. We can talk about it on there if you'd like to. We've got Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. There's a Reddit set up. We got Discord stuff going down. I do link the songs down below so you can listen to them without having to deal with the backwards distorted sound that I have to throw on there. I also link to I will link that Brogue song down below so you can check that out. I think Miracle Worker, I Ain't No Miracle Worker is just like one of my favorite garage rock songs of the 60s, and it's a shame that band didn't go longer. I haven't really looked into what they did besides that band. I've heard of Quicksilver Messenger Service, and apparently one of those guys was in there. Oh, two of those guys were in there. So that's kind of cool. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see me go further than 100 subscribers. We've made it there, and it's just up from here. Let's make 200 subscribers. That's the new goal. Let's just keep making goals. I cannot change the URL to the channel. I don't know what's up. YouTube doesn't allow it yet. Maybe I have to wait until I'm verified through their channels or whatever. And, you know, it's 2022, but COVID-19 is still a thing. At least that's what people say when they're on a deadline. Share this video if you like, sharing things with your friends. You don't have to share it on forums or on message boards, things like that. You could also just walk up to people and share it. I've been really encouraging people to start a conversation, with strangers about strange videos. Comment down below and let me know what your choice would have been if you were sitting here in my seat today. And we'll talk about it a little more tomorrow. We have more Beatles and more Butthole Surfers coming up then. And I guess I'm just going to get out of here for now. But I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope you all have a great night, wonderful afternoon, and a fantastic morning. Just the best morning. Make this one better than all the other mornings in the week because you need it. It's the weekend or something, right? And for fun, right? Gee whiz.